So you're a HR manager, a project manager, a change manager, organizational development specialist, and you've been tasked with introducing a change in your organization. Where do you begin? First of all, what exactly do we mean by change management? There's a whole host of interpretations about what it is. For one camp, it's training. For another camp, it's communication. For another camp, it's managing resistance. According to ProSci, the global leader in change management research and training, change management is a structured approach using a set of tools to manage the people side of change. The way I like to also look at it, it's basically the process of bringing people along, ensuring they are supported, equipped, aware of the changes, how it's going to impact them, and what their involvement is going to be. So if you've been tasked with that change, the first thing I think is actually making sure that there's a unified understanding of what change management is, because otherwise the success of your outcomes will not be realized or will not be consistently understood by everyone. The second thing, also according to ProSci research, is having an active and visible sponsor. Having a leader that is walking the talk, having the leader that is committed, is visible, is involved and engaged in actually helping drive the change, casting the change vision, making sure that the decisions are being made at the right level, helping with managing stakeholders, managing resistance, and really communicating enthusiastically and passionately about that change. The third thing you want to make sure that you've done is a structured approach. Have a plan. Stop and think about what this change is about, how it's going to be rolled out, what are the milestones, who is impacted, how are they impacted, how are you going to communicate with them, how are you going to support and equip them through the change, how will you actually know that the change is successful. So stopping and actually spending time planning. Unfortunately, a lot of us just run. We have a KPI to meet, it's on our performance scorecard, and so we just run, we implement and figure it out as we're going along. And what we're advocating for is just stop. The fourth thing I'd say is that if you've got a strong sponsor who's involved, committed, and bought into it, make sure that there's change management resources. Do you have resources to communicate? Do you have resources for training? Do you have resources to deploy other support? So for example, change agents or change advocates or change champions, we use different terms. But what resources are actually available for the change process to be successful? Unfortunately, we see many times the change budget being maybe the first one to be cut when a project has not gone well, or even just the lobbying that you need to do to have change management budgeted for. It's difficult, but it is critical. Those are the top 4 things that I would say think about when you're introducing your change. It's not difficult. There are, actually let me rewind that. There are resources available to help you think through execution and implementation of that change. Thanks for tuning in this week.